Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the RBL Week 8 Team Builder, where this week we are battling Ribombee Teacher and the Bournemouth Ribombees. Now, me and Ribombee have battled twice, and I've won both times. But he is most definitely out for blood. He's gone for a very power-heavy team. He's got the combination of Whimsicott and Terrakion, which is very, very scary, if I'm completely honest. Causes so many problems in general with things like beat up, tailwind. It's just, Whimsicott is annoying. Inteleon, which is fast, it can cause a lot of damage. Garchomp, which is just a breaker. Manectric, which has snarl tactics, it has the ability to like volt switch. It can take advantage of the Tapu Koko's electric terrain. We've got Azel, which my team really struggles against psychic type, like pure psychic types. Obviously Como and Venusaur are in here this week, so I do need to be very careful. Torracat, I'm not too concerned of. I don't think it's going to come. I do run a very special team, so I don't see much point in Torracat coming. Grookey, again, I don't see coming. There's just no way that he can deal with my team. Terrakion is just a beast, honestly. If this thing's Choice Scarf, I'm going to be mad. Because I don't really have anything to deal with that. I've faked out to Ribombee that I kind of do, but I don't. And then we've got Celesteela, which I've got a couple of plans for, but if that comes and that's Dynamaxing, then I'm just going to throw my controller. And Alolan Vulpix, I don't expect to see Alolan Vulpix unless it's designed for getting rid of the weather with Talko, but realistically I see other opportunities to do that. I think Whimsicott gets access to Sunny Day, well, not Sunny Day, because the Sunny Day is the one I want. I think like other mons get access to the weather moves. Azelf, I'm pretty sure, gets access to Sandstorm and possibly Rain Dance as well. So you know, there is access to obviously a variety of moves here. Now, my team. First of all, we have got Gigantamax Venusaur because G-Max Vine Lash, just a nice move to use. And realistically, Venusaur actually does a fair amount against this team. It hits Inteleon just flat in the face. Whimsicott, Sludge Bomb is just, it will not want it. Garchomp, we're neutral against it, and the best thing it can do is neutral against us. Manectric, you know, we resist its stabs. It can get Flamethrower, which is a problem, but we do have obviously Giga Drain to get some health back. Azelf is probably the biggest concern for when it comes to Venusaur because it's fast and it can hit really hard. If I combine it with Talko, I should be working pretty nice, but with the Whimsicott Tailwind could be very scary. Torracat, I'm not expecting to come, so I'm not going to really go through that one. Grookey, we're fine with. Terrakion, we can Giga Drain and I think probably hit that in one. Celesteela, that's the reason I've got Weather Ball on here. Weather Ball is here for when Talko comes with it, and I can get some fire off against it. Because that's the only way I can hit it. Otherwise, I can put it to sleep and then slowly Giga Drain it, but I don't really want to do that batch because that's a quad resist and Sludge Bomb doesn't hit it, so Weather Ball is my only other option there. And Alolan Vulpix, as I said, don't expect that to come, so I'm not even going to kind of go over that. But yeah, Sleep Power I think could be my friend here, especially when it comes to things like Garchomp and Azel. Putting those to sleep is definitely going to be really, really helpful. So that's something that I really would like to make sure that I am doing. EV-wise, gone for max special attack. I've gone for a lot of HP investment, and I've gone for some specifically special defense just to raise the opportunities of me surviving from Azelf a little bit more. If it is like modest max special attack, psychic, then I think I can live one hit just, but it is a just. So I do need to obviously be very, very cautious of Azelf. Because it's a big problem for Venusaur, so I need to get rid of it before Venusaur comes out. And speaking of one that can kind of deal with Azelf, we've got Mandeville. Mandeville is looking pretty darn solid. He's going for a support mon because it always is a support mon. We've got Taunt, which allows us to stop the Whimsicott from setting up things like Tailwinds. We have got, which also stops some other mons from doing things. Celesteela from using things like Autotomize. For Inteleon or Whimsicott, I think Whimsicott gets Fake Tears, so it prevents them from doing any of that. Tailwind to increase the speed of my team, just in case I can't use Talko, because let's face it, you've got a Garchomp in here, you've got a Terrakion on here, and an Inteleon on here. 3 of those mons are very, very scary against my team, against the Talko, so obviously I need to be very considerate of that. Fake Tears is allowing support for basically any of my other mons. Venusaur, Coco, Talko, and Comboo all get support from that because they are all special. And then we've got Air Slash, which allows us to hit things like the Whimsicott, but also just get a little bit of damage off on the Pokemon. I think it hits everything except the Celesteela neutrally, and the Manectric, but the Manectric realistically I don't let Mandeville solely deal with that. EV investment, I've gone a little bit all over the place. I don't know why I put that 4 in special attack. I think it was just because I clicked it and then, yeah. So I've gone for max HP and some split over defenses. This is just to try and live on both the physical defense front. If there's, for example, Terrakion that's set up with beat up, but as well as having obviously the Manectric problem inside as well. So that was just kind of to deal with both of those. Next up on the team, we've got our second support Mart, and this is Morgrem. Morgrem looks absolutely friggin' gorgeous. As always, Prankster Eviolite to live as many hits as possible. Fake Out, because Whimsicott Fake Out is definitely going to be a really, really handy thing. We've got Fake Tears, which allows us to diminish the special defense of the opposing Pokemon. Sat next to Coco, Venusaur, Comboo, going to look pretty darn fresh. Reflect, obviously, if that Brachion gets set up, then I have more of a chance of living if I have Reflect set up, so that's an option for there. And Dazzling Gleam, because it just hits the majority of the team for some kind of damage. The only thing that's a big problem for this is Celesteela, because Celesteela can just come in and just whoop us. So I do need to obviously be very careful when it comes to that, but I have got other mons on the team that do have the ability to deal with Celesteela. EV investment, again, is split across my defenses. This is not designed to cause any attacks or anything. It's not going to Dynamax or anything like that, so I'm not worrying too much about that. Moving on to our next one, we've got Tapu Koko. And the Tapu Koko is one of the ones that I thought works really well here. Thunderbolt just covers the Inteleon, it covers the Celesteela, it hits the Azelf really hard, it hits the Torracat really hard. Dazzling Gleam hits the Whimsicott, the Garchomp, the both for super effective damage, hits the Terrakion for super effective damage, hits Grookey for neutral, it hits the Manectric for neutral, it hits Azelf for neutral. So yeah, realistically those two moves cover the majority of the team on a really decent way. We've got Protect, which allows us to obviously protect, and then Power Swap, bring it back, because beat up Terrakion, if it's got +2, +3, +4, if I get rid of that, I will. So my Power Swap is hopefully going to come into handy at some point, allowing me to cause problems for the opposing team. We have got, investment-wise, max special attack, 212 in our speed to outspeed Terrakion. In retrospect, thinking about it, I probably should have invested more, because obviously we've got Azelf, which is faster. You've got Whimsicott might be faster than that. Inteleon, I think, is faster than that as well. So, yeah, in retrospect, I'm probably should have changed that, but you know, I just went for that because that was my main thing I was focusing on. Bear in mind, I also spent like 20 minutes building this team, like if that. So if there's any holes in it, that will be why. I haven't tested it or anything. And then I just put the leftover EVs and HP because that's all I need. Moving on to the next Pokemon, we have got Talko. Talko was one that I was like, do I bring, don't I bring? I considered Reuniclus, I considered Palossand, but I thought in the end actually Talko would probably work slightly better. We've obviously got Flamethrower, which covers the Whimsicott, it hits the Manectric pretty hard, it hits the Grookey, it hits the Alolan Vulpix, it hits the Celesteela pretty hard. Sludge Bomb, which covers the Grookey, which also is covered by Flamethrower, it hits the Inteleon for some damage, it hits Garchomp for a little bit of damage, Manectric it will hit for some damage, Terrakion it will hit for a little bit of damage, so you know, like, it's not designed to kill everything, but it can do some stuff. We've got Will-O-Wisp, which allows us to burn different things, so the Garchomp being burned, the Terrakion being burned, even the Celesteela potentially being burned is going to be pretty huge. If the Azelf is physical, burning that is also going to be a huge benefit to us. So, yeah, I think, like, Talko can work, but I just need to be very considerate on when I bring that in, because there could be some problems associated with it in the fact that everything outspeeds it and will cause a lot of damage to it. Also got Protect on there, standard. Shucker Berry's on here because the Garchomp and the Terrakion, they both have ground type attacks obviously, so hitting us super effective damage is going to cause a lot of problems. Investment-wise, I've just gone for max defensiveness, just to allow us to hopefully live a few more hits if necessary. Obviously, the Drought combines with Venusaur's Chlorophyll very nicely in this situation. Moving on to the final Pokemon we have on the team, which is Comboo, and I was, again, humming and hawing. Like, I didn't know whether to bring Tauros, Comboo, Palisand, or Uniclus, and I thought Comboo, when I had a look at the weakness policy, if I Dynamax Comboo, it can live like quite nicely. It only takes about 40% damage from super effective attacks on itself, unless the other mon's Dynamax, then it's a problem. But Clanging Scales, once Dynamax, obviously shuts down things like Garchomp, it shuts down Terrakion because it lowers the attack. It just causes so many problems and can like one-hit KO a lot of the team. Max Flare opportunities as well. The Flamethrower hits the Whimsicott. Flash Cannon, I think I also put for just a bit more coverage on there, and the Max Steel Spike to raise my defense if I need that for any reason. And then Protect to allow us to obviously max guard or just protect. Realistically, Comboo, when it comes in, it is going to Dynamax. That is my main plan here, is just to get Comboo in at some point, Dynamax it, set up its weakness policy, and then just let it destroy. If it goes alongside Mandeville and I've got a Tailwind set up, then that's going to work really, really nicely. And Comboo realistically will cause so many problems for the opposing team. That's my team. What do I expect to come this week? I expect to see Whimsicott, Terrakion 100%, Garchomp I expect to see, Azelf 100%, Celesteela I definitely expect to see. I could see either Manectric or Inteleon. That'll be my last pick there. I don't expect to see the Torracat, don't expect to see Grookey, I don't expect to see Alolan Vulpix. I think it's going to be one of those other, so 6 of those other 7, but I think the ones that are less likely to come are Manectric. Yeah, I think Manectric's the least likely to come out of those in total, or Inteleon. I think those are the least likely ones to be coming in this situation. But yeah, I'm going to finish this off here, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.